Marching for an end to racism and violence against the Asian community. That's what scores of people were doing downtown this afternoon. News Channel 8's Burt Mummolo reports on an effort to raise awareness. Burt?
Neely, whether their heritage is Filipino, Japanese, or Korean, one thing they all have in common, they're Americans. For as much as the march was a loud, boisterous statement of strength,
Stop Asian hate! Stop!
the speeches were riveting, impassioned reflections on the impact of racism.
It's here, whether or not people want to accept it or deny it. It exists.
JASMYN VANDIVER's grandmother came over from Japan after World War II.
She came here shortly after World War II, and so she experienced a lot of hate and racism that she wasn't really open to talking about.
I'm still carrying a lot of grief over the events that happened in Atlanta last week.
JOON Park, reflecting on the recent spa shootings in Atlanta.
To see someone who looks like my wife and who shares my last name slain last week because of a hate crime, I knew that I had to come here to advocate for us, for her, and for my 8-month-old baby daughter, that she would grow up in a better world than I have.
From David Post and his wife of 15 years, a plea to recognize similarities.
I lived in Asia for 8 years, you know, and when you're around other people of other races, when you're around them for a while, after a while, you realize they're exactly like we are.
And as for how Tulsa's doing on inclusivity,
in Tulsa, I would say it's definitely not quite as severe as it is elsewhere yet. I am blessed to say that we live in a relatively peaceful area.
I have a lot of hope for Tulsa.
and JOON Park, who was talking about the impact of those spa shootings, he flew in all the way from Florida just for this event. Reporting live, Burt Mummolo, News Channel 8.